We're going to come back and give this frying pan thing a try again. In the last video, I dropped the pan, or dropped the bowl, and then tried to create the pan around it. I told you there was another technique that I saw online, and I'll put the 2 links down below to the original videos. And that is where you raise the pan. And the concept there is that he crimped a portion of this and then drove that together, upsetting that, decreasing the diameter of the plate, causing it to roll up. And that's the plan. And it looks like a lot of work, but a couple of your comments says, you know what, it's really not that much. So we're going to try it again. We got a 14 gauge sheet steel, no carbon steel yet. We're working on it, but some of you guys that know better, I mean, cooking it in the forge puts a little carbon in it, right? Maybe. So we'll still call it plain steel. I cut this one 10 inches instead of 12. The last one I did was 12, and it was a lot more work. And since this is a proof of concept again, actually not a proof of concept, I have a show this weekend, this coming weekend in Fredonia, New York, and I'd really like to bring a couple of these down and give them a test on the market. So 10-inch disc. I put a score in here, which I'm sure I'll lose when I heat it, but just to give you an idea, I'm looking for a 7-inch pan. So 7 and 10 is 3.5 inches. Lip is what I'm hoping to get. This time I created a little jig, just cut out a round piece of plywood, marked the center so I could mark the center of the pan for my scribing. Plasma cutter, cut it out. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to do this. I think it's called raising technique instead of cupping technique. Over his video, one nice thing about this technique is you only need to heat a small portion at a time, which if you remember with that 12-inch disc on the other video, I had a problem trying to get as much heat as I wanted. But in his video, he would do one section, and then he would move on and do another section, and he would move on and do another section. And I understand that, but it just seems like you're kind of fighting the flatness, you know, how the steel wants to stay flat as you do that. So I think what I'm going to try to do, and this will be a different approach, so it isn't just duplicating his video, is the first thing I'm going to do is heat this son of a gun, and I'm going to scallop the entire circumference so that this pan is up where it wants. It'll be a fluted pan. It'll make a nice pie pan. Good idea, gentlemen. And then go back and upset those bumps. I think in the end, what I'm thinking is that my logic is going to fail, because he would upset this section, he would crimp it and then upset it, and he'd move here and crimp it and upset it, and then he'd move, I think, back here is what he does, and crimp it and upset it. I think the area that he upset, I think in between he actually goes back and re-upset. So I'm thinking when we get done this won't work, but I want to give it a try, because if I can get the entire shape in and then bam, just sit there focusing on the upsets, I think maybe it would be a little quicker. So that's the attempt we're going to try, and hey, we'll see what happens. I think he was doing this cold to get the crimps, because you don't want to stretch the crimps, you want the pan to roll around. So I actually preheated the entire pan a little bit. I got a little spacing here on my vise. I got my score line up so I can kind of keep track of where I am. And I'm just going to upset this. Not upset it, I'm just going to crimp it all the way around. Trying to keep my score line where I want it. I hope I'm not stretching much. I'm trying to, let me open this up just another half inch. Yeah, actually it doesn't look too bad. Trying to keep my spacing about the same. Again, I hope I'm not stretching too much. But you can kind of see where I'm going here. Hoping by having the entire pan ready to roll, it'll be a little more conducive to roll. Thing about it, I don't know exactly what they're called, but on a set of discs they have chopping discs like this one. I could drill a hole in the center of this thing and put it on it, make my own set of discs. getting a little cooler now. I hope you're not stretching, defeating the purpose. I'm going a little slow here. I probably want to go a little quicker, but yeah, it leaves me one in the middle here, but we'll work it out. Alright, so you can see what I did. It's kind of pretty. You can actually dish that a little bit and call it a serving dish. Not a bad idea. Because when I rotate it, I lock the last roll right over the roll on the anvil or the vise so that they're relatively symmetrical. But anyway, that's my theory. Now, maybe I didn't dish them enough, I don't know, but that's what we're going to work with. We're going to see what happens. The thing I'm going to do differently than what he did is I'm actually going to try to do the upset on the outside of the pan, so when I get done I don't have all those hammer marks on the inside. Now again, I don't know if that's going to work or not, and the concept is we're going to just bring this in both ways. And we want to do this hotter than I'm doing it, and just try to upset that. Come back when it's hot. I really think I want those scallops deeper. Let's see how it goes for now. I'm going to use the work and see what we end up with there. Don't know. We'll keep going a few more. It certainly is quick. Again, you can get that far, go back for some heat. Because if you're hammering on it when it's too cold, you're just going to be flattening it back out. And we're really trying to upset it. That's the plan anyway. I can't tell you what's happening, but I will tell you it does look thicker. I don't know if you can see it or not. It does look thicker in that spot. We'll keep going. I'll come back after a few of these. I've done a few of these and I'm noticing a pattern. My previous dimples are kind of rolling on me, but that's working to my advantage. So now I'm getting a good amount of area to upset here. Alright, and I think it's working, I really do. But you see how this is distorted? I think having those crimps in there are helping me because then I don't have to re-dimple. I can just grab a section and upset it. That was, I think, I don't know. What I'm doing is I'm holding it at a pretty good angle here to simulate the angle that I want on that pan. Keep that for a second. And then next time I bring it back and look at it, it's dishing the inside the wrong way, which I'm thinking, of course I don't know, once I'm done I can dish that back out and it's going to roll that top in a little more, I think. I don't know these things, but we're trying. And again, I'm pushing to the hump as I'm upsetting, trying to bring these things thicker. That concave dishing that's happening there. I'm liking it. Definitely the bigger scallops. I'm getting a lot more meat on the upset. All right, I'll be back in a little while. I'm getting a little bit more of a wrinkle there than I want to manage, so I'm going to actually work back here a second and pull it that way and steal from that big wrinkle. I didn't have much to work with, but that's the plan. That's the plan, to try to take that wrinkle out a little bit. ketchup wrinkle if we can a little. It has been about 10 minutes now since we started this hammer and stuff, so it's not going fast, but I don't know. Back and see what we can do about this big wrinkle. Hopefully it's not too big to manage. Get the edge of my pan back. Oh, it's coming down. Let's go ahead and get this one finished up. This was a big one at one time, but kind of moved to another spot, which is fine with me. Now it's over here. But I'm okay with that, I think. Bringing this one in now. We're very distorted back here. I hope I can fix that. I want my bottom to look good, you know. I think I've filled something up a little bit too much there, but we'll see what happens. We are a little over halfway done. Remember, in his video, if he, oh man, that's annoying now. Showed the whole process, or if he started and then came back. I didn't get much of an upset on that one. Because I see all this deformation that's going on there, and we're going to find out if that's something that's acceptable. I don't know if I saw that in his video. Alright, I'm hoping this is one of these that's going to look ugly before it looks good videos, because we're looking pretty damn ugly at the moment. Good project for a full glove. Alright, we're all distorted, but I think this is one of these you gotta rob Peter to pay Paul kind of thing. So we're getting there. We only got a quarter turn left. Getting that nice little hump we got going on there. No roly. No roly-poly for you. Only a couple more now. The back here is where I wasn't grabbing as big of a hump, so I'll probably rework all the way back out to here, but it's moving, that's for sure. Give me on a few more of these. Again, you don't want to work it. Let's see, we're in the sun. We got to a red heat. You don't want to work it, I don't think. You want to work it orange, alright? So you know the upsetting is occurring. Red, bright red is a little safe, but orange for sure. What's the help when you're not running to the camera every 5 minutes? I betcha. Well, I'll tell you, it sure is an ugly looking thing. We're getting closer. So far it's been 27 minutes, about half an hour. The camera's not moving, but I gotta move quickly here. Grab another chunk of this. I'm afraid that's all I'm gonna get. Let me go ahead and put a couple of more scallops in here. That's what I want. I want those down. Well, we're going to be getting close here, I think. Heat, fight my heat. It only takes a minute to heat up, but 25 seconds to get where you need to go and get the camera on. Hold it, come on. We're working on this one. This is a pretty big chunk, so I gotta work it carefully. I don't think that's bad. I hope my bottom's kind of round when I get done. Now at this point I'm going back and heating up a spot that I already did, but I didn't do it as aggressively at the beginning. So we'll do a couple more folds here and we'll see what we end up with. We'll let it run its course. Ooh, don't fold on me now. I guess it's a good thing to happen on video. I can't let it fold, right? Cannot let it fold. Too aggressive, I think that's what happens. Oh, I'm not going to shut the freaking camera off. So shut the camera off. It is a little over half an hour. We're all the way around. Just got one or two more of these that I would like to offset. See what our thickness looks like. Alright, I'm going to do this last one and we're going to call it done. So again, don't forget, if you want to see how it's done right, check the link below because you'll watch the guy do it perfectly. This is probably a good example of what will happen if you give it a try the first couple of times. At least I hope I'm not messing it up beyond belief. We got one more fold to do. Buddy. I'm just going to break and come back. Alright, get that last part done. We will look the situation over. What do we got? Now what do we got? Let's see. Come on over with me. Compared to the other way of doing it, at this point, visual feedback, the other way was like, hey, you're doing something, hey, you got a bowl, oh, you don't want to keep going, you got to walk. Okay? So that's a plus. In this particular case though, man, it looks pretty darn scary. It looks like I didn't do a good job, but I don't know for sure. So all of this dishing that happened on the inside, check his video out and see if that happened too. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and take that dish out, alright? And we're going to see what happens to the sides. I don't know if I need to go around again or not. I hate to. There's so much abuse being done on the edge of this pan. But at this point, it's looking, I mean, it looks promising. But let's go ahead and just flatten the bottom out. And I don't want to do that hot because I don't want to stretch the bottom at all. Alright. I am not happy the way it looks. I can tell I'm not going to be round. I'm a little weak over here. But, damn, boys, I don't know. Sure does look ugly, doesn't it? Put this pin, I don't know what it is, but it looked like a good piece for a power hammer, so I grabbed it out of the scrapyard here. Soften the edge a little bit. I'm just going to try to put this round in. Just because I want it there. I'll watch it doesn't fall on my toes. Like this section here needs to come out just a little bit. side. I'm just trying to get this outside ring back where I want it to be. Keep in mind, as much as it don't look like it's happening, I'm not trying to make a campfire freaking pan. I'm trying to make a real freaking frying pan. So this kink here is super big and it's narrow. So I think I'm going to heat that section and come back and work it out just a little bit. But short of that, I think we're much better than we were in roundness. This section out. Didn't hurt at all. Not at all did that hurt. Staying where it's supposed to be. Just trying to get it round here. We got a couple of issues going on. Boy, I'll tell you. Alright. I don't know why she wants to stay flat out there. Really would like it round up there a little bit. Your sons are bitches. Alright. Throw that. That would hurt. Flatten this thing back out again. One section over here. No, we cleaned it up. Go around. I don't want a lot of hammer marks, but let's just get that corner cleaned right up. Okay with that. It ain't perfect, but I'm okay with it. So, okay, so now where are we? Damn, I don't know, guys. I don't think it's possible. Without going around again and upsetting it. We got a hell of a lot of curves still there, and it's just going to want to flare out. Shit. And I don't want to go around. I'm not going to. It's too slow. It's too slow. I'm not going to upset the outside again. It takes too long. So let's go ahead and shape the top and we'll see what we end up with. I'm going to work this top foldish like I did the other pan. It's going to be loud. Kind of even things out a little bit at first. That's hot down there. Holy mamas, I forgot I heated that. Yeah, I'm not at all liking this technique. It's too hot. I'll be back. Just going to hammer on this a little bit, just try to even it out. Once I get all the waves out, I'll come back and see. Let's take a look at it. I really hope that I'm stupid, because this is not at all working out well how I wanted it to. Took a hell of a lot of hammering just to try to get the bottom semi-flat. Now remember, I put the crimps on the outside so the hammer marks wouldn't be on the inside, but get all the scallops and stuff we have in there. I'm not hopeful for it in any way, guys. I'm liking the other technique, but what I'm gonna do, and I'll give you a little bit of it, and then I'll finish it up and come back. This is gonna take way too long, but now that I got, most of the scallops out, instead I'm gonna go ahead and lay it flat on this tool here and just try to get these marks out of here if I can. Well, let me show you, just like this. Lay it flat though, not kind of. So we end up with a flattened edge. So I'll be back in a couple hours. Alright, so there's no way to get those hammer marks out of there. I mean, actually somebody may like that. They might be a characteristic to help sell the pan, I'm not sure. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to work this inside and see if I can get that flattened out. I don't want those hammer marks in there. All you can see is my freaking arm. Children. It's the ugliest freaking thing I've seen in a while. Fucked up, man. Yep, great idea. Great idea, Chandler. Well, I don't know about you. Get these stupid earphones off. Earmuffs off. But I'm not liking it. I mean, it's so rough on the outside, and I'm going to go back. I kind of think his video showed the same thing. Watch the knuckles here. I'm trying to get it flat. It ain't working too well. But who knows? Maybe I just got lucky on the first one I did, right? I swear, I don't know what to tell you. This isn't at all what I had hoped. I really hope this method works. Let me take a break for a friggin' minute. I don't mind when I'm trying something new and it doesn't work, but when I'm trying to make a living, I do. I'll be back. Alright, what do you think? I really like this texture on the outside. I have to admit it grew on me, but I don't want it on the inside. Looks like a friggin' pie tin, for crying out loud. I kind of got it as flat and as straight as I can. I guess we've gone this far. Let's finish it up. We'll see what it looks like. You know, in the end, it's a goddamn frying pan, right? So, is it something I can sell? Somebody, like they say at the auctions, damn thing's ugly enough to sell. Let me go ahead and clean it up. We'll forge up a handle for it of some sort, and hey, all we can do is try it, right? Again, because I don't think this thing's going to the market. For a handle, I got some, I don't know, what is this, 3/8, 5/16 maybe? 3/8 looks like. I marked the center of it out. It's like 17 inches long. I'm going to fold it in half around something so there's an eye on the end. I was thinking about twisting it, but I don't think that's going to help anything. So I'm just going to fold it in half, bring it back, wire it out, and weld the son of a bitch onto the pan. I know you want to see a rivet to the pan, but it's just a rivet, guys. And I'm not punching the holes and making the rivets and all that kind of stuff for that. So dislike if you want because of it. I will do some more riveting, all right? Especially if I get to a point where I have the process for these pans down pat. So that's the plan. We'll fold this in half, make a little handle out of it. Alrighty, what we're gonna do this quickly. Find my mark that I made. Otherwise, I'm guessing. There it is, right there. I'm gonna wrap that around this handle. Like that. Those counts in this game. And I really wish I could squeeze that tighter. If I want to take it off the handle, done. Dun, 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 dun. Take your freaking time, Chandler. We got nothing else to do. Just be more of a pinch with it. There you go. That's the trick. I kind of want it semi-tight there. We're going to take this off. If I can do this one-handed. Just kind of hammer this thing into a spot. Over the side will be best. You let me do it. Now she's getting warm. Yeah, I better grab me some tongage. That's how I'm working on. Please, Shannon, how you're picky on tongs. Anything like that. I just want to kind of make it look like it's eyed up here and relatively centered, something like that. What you get when you come to work on a Saturday, freaking Saturday, when you should be sleeping and enjoying life. All right, it wasn't the prettiest demonstration of folding an iron, but you know what? Who gives a fuck? Kind of reorient this where I want it. That's really all I want. Now I'm going to nip this one off. Obviously I didn't fold it right in the center, and then we're going to bring these guys together. Go ahead and flatten about the same amount on each of these. Put in the angle that I think I want that pan to be, or the handle to be. See if we can get these guys to like each other a little bit more. Actually, I kind of like the idea of spreading those a little bit. Oh, well. It is what it is, what it is, what it is. Get her straight, get her close, get her look blacksmith rustic enough, but still you never know. Like I said, I might take the damn thing to the show and say, hey, you want one crazy ass frying pan, here you go. Now the last thing I'm going to do, just for, this is where it all comes apart, Chandler, is I'm just going to put a little bend on that end. I think it'll look cool to have that. Here I am wasting time. You know what my objective was today, guys? Minimum 4 frying pans, 10 to 12 inches. Blue sky 6 of them for this show. Here it is, the middle of the afternoon, and I don't have one. Wham, 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 Chandler. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to just put a bend on that handle. And I think I'm going to bend it so the handle comes up. Just keep the back end down. And I think that'll feel good in the hand. Alright, so it comes up. I just want to kink this back end down. So that's what I want to do. I like to hold on to both of these when I do. I'd like to hold on to them way the hell up here, actually, so I don't roll it as much. Yeah, I mean, little things like that. If this were going to market piggy, things like that people see. They appreciate it. I'll tell you, I think I want to You guys got nothing better to do than watch me make a stupid failure of a frying pan. I changed my mind on the handle though. And I'll tell you what I'm talking about here in about 10 seconds. What are those big comments that I had before? I think those will work. Now, I'm going to cool this thing down because you know what? I only want to bend part of it. So I want a nice even heat just to that point. I'll be back in a second. I decided to change my approach on this a little. I just want to flare those bottoms out a little, so I'm just going to stick this in the place sideways, about where I want the flare to be, and that way they're both going to come out at the same spot. Oh, stop. Let's get them separated. Just flare these out by hand like that, so that they're about even. More. What we're going to need to do let's see, this is the pan. So I just need to rotate each of these to match the curve of the pan. So we'll get the pan while I still have a bit of heat. Buying let's keep on this one, otherwise they're damn close. Won't be buying cookware anytime soon if I keep attempting to make pans. There we go. Looks good. Alright, let me clean it up and I'll show you what we got. Here we have it. All, geez, back up chin, all welded up. Again, you may not, now I did a shitty welding job on this one just quick. You may not like the welded handles because you guys are traditionalists and I am old school forged, but to me, welded handle I think is probably the best way to go. So when I make them, I may do it that way, unless somebody requests differently. It looks like a freaking frying pan. It ain't very goddamn tall. It's only a 7-inch or so pan. I like the texture on the outside. I really do like that. I think that's cool. I don't like it on the inside. I don't like how the inside's folded up. The good thing about this is the bottom is as thick as it was when I started, as opposed to the other pan that I made where I stretched that bottom out and then upset it back in. I'm sure I was not as thick when I started. So that's good from a cooking standpoint, gives you a heavier bottom pan. But that's it, that's the pan. Now, since today's been a total bust and it's 2 o'clock, and for those of you that are diehards, keep watching. Otherwise, that's it, guys. That's my approach at that technique. Check the link out below to the guy that does it right and see if he comes up with any better results. I'm going to check his video out again just to see. Sexy handle, huh? I really do like that. Simple and sexy. Alright, what I'm going to do though, if you guys want to keep watching. Alright, here's what I decided to do. Since it's been such a crappy day anyway. Get out of the sun, Janet. You saw how the pan was made. I'm very disappointed with the pan, but you look at it now, there's something different about it. So here's the scoop. That's how I did the pan. Go back and check the guy's video, because I don't remember if he showed the entire process or just step by step in the finished pan. I'm not sure if his pan looked any cleaner than mine did. I'm trying to produce a pan that somebody's going to buy to use in their house, not in their camp. Well, not in their campsite anyway. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and make some dinner. Alright, it's a little early for dinner, but I'll show you how to season this pan. Now I do it normally in an oven, but we'll do it on the forge. See how that works. Never done that before. I'm gonna run to the store, get myself some bacon and eggs, and we'll come back and we'll walk through using this pan for the first time. I'll throw it up as a second video to this one. We'll call it a special feature. I don't know what the name will be, but you can look for it. It'll be up shortly after the frying pan video. So check it out. I think you'll enjoy, and since you saw the pan a minute ago, I'm gonna get back to lunch. Goodbye.